Hey there YouTube, this is M3 all on Dual channel. First deck for deck week, the little mini series I'm doing for this whole week. At least one deck profile per day. Try to do as many as I can without overloading you guys. And the first deck I'm going to do is an updated deck profile on my Atlantean Waves deck. I've done plenty of dual vids on here. My first deck profile was like the most successful one of all of them. Like, my first Atlantean Waves got like to 150 views within like a first month, which is crazy for me. It might not seem like a lot, but for a lot of my deck profiles, it gets around like 30, 50, and that's about it. But people just kept on looking back to this deck. Obviously, I had some new cards in here, and I've actually made the deck a lot more streamlined. So let's just get right into it. You have the one title, of course. It's pretty much meant for the deck. I mean, if Dragon Rulers wasn't a thing, or people didn't really, go, hey, let's all make this deck at the exact same time, I mean, you could probably run 3 of these, it would have been perfect and it would have been awesome, but it is what it is. And I also run one Deep Sea Diva. I do not run the Dragoons because the Dragoons just don't really flow for what I really want to go for. I mean, I can't really change this level without using a field spell or some other kind of card. And even if I try to, use it for some other kind of water monster effect, it just didn't happen there very often, and it didn't really help support my engine or anything. So just the 2 for your singles. I have the 2 Marksman. Awesome card. It's a great search. The only problem is I don't really have a lot of cards that, I don't really have any cards that boost attack. So really, he's just really, just try to do some attack directly, do some poking, just, basically that's it. The only really reason I really have him is because he can destroy base down cards, back row, and monsters in itself, and it's pretty awesome. So the 2 is perfectly fine. He's also level 3, and you guys will understand because of Deep Sea Diva. Just go for a quick level 5 synchro. I also do 2 Atlantean Attack Squad, which is a great card. It's just so good because, yet again, Deep Sea Diva, I might as well just keep her here. Deep Sea Diva pretty much plays into all my Sea Serpent monsters. Atlantean Attack Squad, you special summon. You have a 22 beat stick that you can attack with, or you can go for a synchro, or, so many plays with that just by itself. Then, one of my favorite cards of this deck of the whole time, really, is Infantry. Infantry is kind of like Tensu, just allows you to do a one additional Sea Serpent type normal summon. And it's like, okay, I'll normal summon Infantry, additional normal summon Diva, bring out another Sea Serpent, and it's just really broke. The only drawback, he has 0 attack. Him being flipped has no, doesn't really do anything with. Another good thing is that if he ever is tributed or used as a cost for a water monster's effect, pretty much he can pop 1 face-up card on the field. Yet again, monster or magic or trap. So that's really good. And the last lower Sea Serpent type monster I have is Triple Tridon. Tridon is just so good. I mean, it's yet again Deep Sea Diva, Special Summon Tridon. Tridon's effect, tribute both. Or yet again, you could use Infantry's effect and, tribute Tridon, that Infantry's effect goes off, and however. And yet again, if you can just bring out 3 monsters, you can just, of course, play your Popos, which I got triple of. Clean this up a little bit. The triple Popo is absolutely needed. Don't ever think you don't need triple, because you're going to be recycling like crazy in this deck. And this guy is going to be so easy to bring out. It's going to be ridiculous. He's a good beating stick, has a great effect to recycle himself and will bring himself out, also bounces back row, so he's back row hate, he's a beat stick, he's a level 7, and of course with title you can go for those awesome XZs. So, and to round it all off, triple Slushy, which Slushy is a great card. A lot of people actually didn't really like him at first, to my understanding. I know people at my locals just thought he was the most retarded card ever, but basically if you have all 3 in the graveyard or out of play, any combination, you can basically banish one, bring out a level 5 or higher Sea Serpent type monster from your graveyard. Basically, bring out Popo. And it's really good because towards end game, like if you ever need to deal with it, end game you can just be like, okay, banish Slushy, bring out Popo, title banish 2 more, go for overlay. Just ridiculous shit. So And that's all the monsters, I believe. Let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 monsters. Okay. Want to double check that. That's 18 monsters. You don't really need to run any more of that. I mean, you could probably run some kind of tech or something that would work okay, but I think that's all you really need. For the magics, one awesome tech that I found, which I don't think is really tech. I think you should run this card because a trap card that runs great with this is Torrential Tribute, which I have to prox the two. Sorry, but let me talk to you about the combo here. Basically, destroys all your face-up water monsters, and then you can special summon up to that, as many water monsters from your hand up to the many that you destroyed. So basically, like, you normal summon Slushy, you send another Slushy to the graveyard, but this Slushy is still out in the field, and it can be very vulnerable. So you activate Big Wave, Small Wave, destroy your Slushy, bring out Poseidra. Okay, well, how does that help? Well, that combo itself is whatever. But also, if your Poseidra ever gets Mirror Forced, if someone gets Torrential, or however, Torrential Reborn brings them back. It's whenever they're destroyed by battle or by card effect. Any water monster, you just bring them back, and your opponent loses 500 life points for each monster brought back. And I mean, the combo here is just really easy. You give up monsters you don't really care for, and then you bring out monsters you do care for. And not just that, since you're recycling so much, you can actually do this multiple times. You can use both cards. It's not just a one-time thing. And Torrential Reborn, you're going to definitely want to use this card as much as you can. After that, other combos, I guess you could say, the Triple Salvage, I think, is definitely needed. Just pretty much just get those monsters back from your graveyard. Deep Sea Diva is probably one of the biggest ones. Her and probably Infantry are probably the ones I go for more than anything else. Of course, Surface. Surface allows you just to special summon it. It just has to be a fish, aqua, or sea serpent type water monster, however, and there you go. It's just a free monster reborn for those type of monsters. So then I like to do the double Moray of Greed. I did try triple, but there were times where they did not have two water monsters, and I was like, I mean, you only have 18. So there are times when you're only going to have one. This card can become a dead draw. To pretty much supplement that, I put Triple Pod Duality. It really helps because you don't need to special summon. You do not need to. I mean, there's plenty of defensive back row. My biggest one is really Melody Flexline. Melody Flexline is such a good card. It's an aqua monster, so a lot of effects could actually work with this. Atlantean Tax Wall is pretty much the biggest one I like to do. Especially when someone attacks, because they attack, they think they're weak, they're stronger than me, I activate my Reflex Line, special summon a defense monster with 3,000 defense, and now my Atlantean Attack Squad gets freaking another 800, so now he's 22. He has a 22 beat stick, level 3. So he's going to be on the field for a decent amount of time, and it's just a great combo. Then to pretty much round it off after that is the 2 Mirror Forces and 2 Aqua Mirror Cycles. And for those that do not know what Aqua Mirror Cycle does, Aqua Mirror Cycle basically says you target one monster on your side of the field, and then 2 water monsters in your graveyard. You put the water monsters from your graveyard to your hand, and the water monster in the field back to your deck. So pretty much the quickest scenario I can really think of it is, let's put that there. Let's say you brought out Poseidra, and you use the pretty much, 2 KO of Deep Sea Diva and Tridon. These guys are in your graveyard. Big graveyard here. And here you go. Someone goes for attack or some kind of, like, let's say Mirror Force or even Deep Prison. What you can do is activate Aqua Armor. Target him. Target your 2. He goes back into the deck. These cards go back into your hand. And now you're set up for next turn to do some awesome stuff. I really like this combo, mostly with Poseidra, because Poseidra you put back into your deck is not that big a deal because of Tridon. And if yet again you do want Deep Sea Diva. You want this chick in your hand constantly. So the recycling is pretty broken here. And I've taken down some pretty decent decks. Mostly Shout Axe's Heretic Dragon deck. It I don't want to say it beats it all the time, but it does give it a run for its money because I can just be pretty explosive with Poseidra, and it's a level 7, which allows me to go for my ranks. Speaking of which, extra deck. I run the one number 30. I mean, I really don't go for the rank 3 that much. I mean, I don't think there's really any need for it. But there are times when I probably have like 2 Atlantean attack squads in my hand. Bluff out, some face downs. Summon the second one, go for the overlay. There you go. Not just that, big wave, small wave can destroy him, and then I can bring someone else in his place. So you know, it's solved card. I have the one proxy big eye. I do have another one, and I can actually use it, but it's in another deck right now, so the proxy's gonna have to do. But it's pretty sexy though. They give me points for that. Big eye is just such a good level 7, or not level 7, rank 7 staple. So definitely. Two number 74s. It's basically cannot be touched by card effects. That target. I mean, just can't be targeted for any reason, and it can really hurt your opponent if he does choose to target. One of his biggest things is stuff that does not target. So yeah. That's all the XYZs. Now for the synchros, which I only run 3. I run the one Catastor because Deep Sea Diva is a level 2 tuner, and she can bring out level 3s easy, and it's, like if Poseida's not in my deck anymore, if I have another Tridon, I can just go for the Synchro. It's pretty easy to do. After that, I do the one Scrap Dragon because there are times when I can do pretty much Deep Sea Diva, Tridon, and even Atlantean Tac Squad. And the combo is, I mean, the moves and plays you can do, the pluses that you can make are pretty awesome because you could just sit on Tac Squad, normal summon Diva, special summon Tridon, go for the 8 for Scrap Dragon, and there you go. And of course that Leo is another great card that you can run, and that's pretty much as simple as adding a Slushy, more likely to run a infantry into it, so you could go for basically have attack squad out, basically holding out your opponent, have your infantry, additional normal summon Deep Sea Diva, bring out your Tridon, go for your level 10 Synchro, and there you go. That's pretty much it. Please, guys, comment, like, subscribe. As always, down in the description down below, there will be 2 links. One link will be to the Dual Jump Facebook page. Please check it out. And the link below that will be for me on Twitter. And as always, thanks for watching.